Hi there, it's Rosa again. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Okay, it's nice and bright outside, so hopefully no rain today, but it's like 80 degrees. So I highly doubt we're gonna go play pickleball or anything like that. Anyways, this morning, well, last night, I was like, okay, I should do faces, right? So all last night, I like ran through a bunch of my prompts, just like always. I told you, AI, right? Interning. Um, ran through a bunch of prompts, and I kind of try to figure out how to make them unique and into a cohesive collection and stuff like that. That is a challenge because when you're doing faces, you either want them to change their face and go from smiling to happy to sad to looking this way, looking that way, looking down. Like, you want them to either change, right? But with AI images, right, this is a benefit, right? The change doesn't necessarily have to be like what people do with their faces. We can have a straight looking face, right? But then the elements of the face change, right? And that's the benefit, right? We don't have to, we can always tell the prompt to look forward, right? Always like have the eyes look this way, have the face do this, use these colors. And then the differentiation comes from how the AI defines where things go. So instead of me having, like, I could have a blue cheek on this side and a yellow cheek on this side and a red one and a red nose, right? And the AI will keep those things the same, but it might change my eyes, it might change my lips, it might change the shape of my face, right? And because it's AI and it's created to be artistic and stuff like that, I'm able to run it a couple times until I feel like, okay, that's the face I like, right? And I'm really happy because I was able to get 20 images, 20 reference images for a 20-piece collection, which is amazing. I'm going to show you like a quick snippet of it. See? Quick snippet of my reference images. I love them. Have I named the collection yet? No. Right now I have two top leaders, and I came up with like 15 ideas, and then I ran the ideas through Clyde and ChatGPT to see. I came up with 15 ideas because I used to buy domains. Like I was a domain reseller like a long time ago, right? I would buy a bunch of domains and I would let them age for like maybe like 2 years, and I would resell them for like a couple $100s and stuff like that. Like at one point, I think like 10 years ago, I had like over 100 domains in my account. Now I don't have that many. I mean, I sold them all, and it was just like, it was fun. It's domain reselling. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of patience, and you gotta be like on it like instantly. Anyways, but so I made up a bunch of like names, a bunch of domains, tested them out and stuff like that, and figured out, make sure that they were available as .coms and stuff, right? And then usually when it comes to domain names, I can get both Clyde and ChatGPT, despite being on different algorithms and different systems. I can usually get them to agree on the same things, right? I can usually get them to say the same answer for the thing, right? And it will usually tell me, okay, I'm on the right track. This time, it didn't say that. So now I have to figure it out between two domains, two collection names, which is crazy. So I might have to use either DeepSeek or Gemini to define which one. My son told me which one he likes and which one he thinks works best. And my husband hasn't given me an opinion. I have to ask my two girls which ones they like. I have a feeling which one they're gonna go with because I mean, one is about to go in 7th grade, other one's about to go in 4th grade. So they're gonna go for the easier one to say. But it's still about whether or not which one kind of gives the feeling that I want it to give, right? I'm excited because I have hope like, we're gonna go we're gonna go shopping later. I'm about to watch my husband and my son play chess right now. We're gonna go shopping later, and then probably after that, when we get back home, I will create maybe 2 of these faces, and then I'm going to change. Start now I'm in my bedroom again, but I usually they're home, I come in here, because obviously they're playing in the front, right? So, but tomorrow when I record in the living room, you'll see different things behind me, because I'm gonna take down my food pieces, and I'm gonna acknowledge that the collection that I'm making is faces, so that I can get out of my food head and stuff like that, and focus on where I should go based on data, based on fact, based on future. Yeah, I'm always gonna love food, and you never know, I might make a cute little food journal or whatever, who knows. Either way, I have a lot of food collections and stuff like that. They're not selling, and I can't turn a horse into a unicorn. And I'm not going to try to do that anymore. I don't want this disappointment. Like, literally, last week, I made zero sales from eBay. Zero. It's sad. It's frustrating. It's exhausting. Most likely what I'm going to do is I probably will, in the morning tomorrow, I'll probably take pictures of the, what is it called? The seaside ones, the seaside coconut ones that I made, that I showed you guys a while ago. I'll probably take pictures of those and list them onto eBay, so they can just sell. And I'll do it like, one this day, one that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and schedule them out and stuff like that. Because that's what eBay likes. That's what eBay likes. eBay loves when you post consistently, like every day. And I stopped doing that because, 700 pieces. Like, you don't need no more of my stuff. You don't need my time. When it takes me freaking, 10, 20 minutes to list one piece each, because I have to do it. And I'm, not going to hire someone out when I ain't making no money from it. You know what I mean? So, it's just, I'll do that tomorrow. List those 3 pieces. They'll be scheduled out for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And if they sell, awesome. If they don't, whatever. It's disappointing because I still see that course creator telling people they can do all this money, and knowing that I'm no longer in that membership, thankfully, because it does get expensive when you're not making the money. It's frustrating because I would hate for someone to feel like how I feel, which is annoyed. And eventually, maybe I'll walk around my home and I'll show you the collections of art that I have, and really tell you, I have a lot of art that I made, and I love all of them. But I'd rather nowadays spend my time, maybe a week or 2, making this 20-piece collection, and know that the cohesiveness of it and the creativity of it will result in a future. Does that make sense? Or maybe that's not like a future, but I wouldn't even define it as success. I would say hope for success, or hope of something better. Because when you see someone promising other people the same thing that they promised you, and you know that other people are going to get wrapped into that promise, and then you fear for those people, right? It sucks and it hurts, and you don't want to say anything bad, because the course itself is awesome. It's perfection. It is awesome. It helped me a lot. But the facts are not correct. I feel like it's like no offense to that course creator, but it's similar to how an MLM company, I watch those anti-MLM like videos all the time. Like an MLM company promises people, you're going to make thousands and thousands of dollars a month if you just commit and blah, 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 blah. But when you look at their data and they're actually like their reports and stuff like that, and you actually dig into their information, they tell you how much the average person makes. And it's not as much as they promise. And that's the saddest part. And you're like, oh, but that recruiter just told me I can make this much. And you're like, no, the company says you can't. You know what I mean? And that's just like, that's it, you know? And the data says 700 pieces on eBay. And the intent was actually to list 1,000, because I think I probably have 1,000 pieces of art. Which is like crazy to think, right? Oh my God. But why am I going to keep listing when it's not selling? And it was like, it's a personal thing, you know? So this collection, let me show you one more time. Isn't that handsome? It's going to be so amazing. Is going to be amazing, exciting, and fun to create. And I can feel the emotion behind it as I selected the pieces. I mean, I must have generated a ton of pieces, a ton of freaking reference images. And I can see how that's just one element of it. And based on how many prompts I made, I think I made about 10. I think I developed about 10 prompts. And then this 20-piece part is just one prompt. So I have tons more, right? And that's the benefit. Okay. The tool of AI is something that I enjoy. And people can be anti it all the time. But, you know, that's my sketchbook. That's my inspiration. That's my way of doing it. And when I show you my process, you'll understand why I use it and how it helps and how it enables me to literally build and create and execute, you know? And I'm nervous. I'm scared. Like what if the same thing happens again? Like, I'm gonna document this 20-piece collection for you guys, or whoever's watching. Hi there. And what if the same thing happens that has happened to the food stuff? You know, because they're so unique, because they're so different. Food is food. Like, is unique gonna make it okay, or is unique gonna be harder? Am I gonna have to convince people more so? Like, I already see the story. I already can feel the story. I already know the emotion behind the pieces already. As I make them, I'll even come up with more, and I'll write my notes and stuff like that. And as I make it, I gotta buy more supplies because the colors, when you saw them, they're kind of strict. I fear that I'm gonna end up with the same thing. I'm gonna have these like amazing pieces on this website. I'm gonna put promotion into it. I'm gonna modify the social media that I already been building, and I'm gonna change it up all over again. And the same thing's gonna happen. I'm gonna end up with hope or engagement, and that's it. And that's gonna really, really, really suck if I just end up with engagement. And this is like all about keeping moving forward and not stopping. So the plan is, right, I'm gonna launch this collection as I decide. I have no idea. I'll decide a marketing plan, a launch plan later. I gotta make at least 3. Hopefully I can make half the collection this week. And then I'll decide how I launch it. Who knows? You never know. There's a lot of stuff going on this week. Like always. Family of 5, you know. I'll decide how that goes. And then the intent is, if these faces don't work, like I said, I have 10 more prompts that resulted in something I liked, right? And that resulted in beautiful things. And as long as the name of the collection itself, the name of the domain, fits all 10 of my prompts for my images, I can keep building them out, and I can come up with a bigger collection and stuff like that. That is the benefit. Like, I'm like not joking. Like, that is it. I can build this website into something really great and something really amazing, and treat it like that, and build onto it. I'm not saying that I'm gonna make 20 pieces for all 10 prompts. You know, that's not gonna happen. I highly doubt that, because I changed my mind. You know, you can tell I do, right? But also because that's not a requirement. But I know that I'll keep moving forward if this collection doesn't sell. And I might do it like where I'll do like a small test, just like I always do, a small test of like 6 or maybe 8 or something like that, like a nice number, nice pretty number. And if those 8 get responses, or one of them, even if one sells, right? Who knows how it be prints or originals, who knows, whatever, right? Like I said, launching will be decided later. If that one sells, then I'll do the rest of the set, you know what I mean? And then if nothing sells, it would be at that time I decide, do I keep going with the collection, or do I stop and grab another prompt and try again? And most likely, if I don't get the right engagement or the right kind of response like I need, like I'm craving with this first collection, then I'll leave it there and I'll move on to the next thing. Because it's a keep moving forward thing, and it's a testing. I'm a business person. I'm an entrepreneur. And I know that sometimes you have to test stuff to get the right things. And I consider, I think like almost like a drop shipper, you know, how drop shippers test multiple products. Like they usually test like 6 products at one time. And people say that's a bad thing sometimes. And you're supposed to put your heart into just one thing. But for me personally, it makes more sense to keep testing. And when you find that one thing, then you push forward with that. And I did that a lot with eBay. I was fine, like I get like a sale and stuff like that, and I push forward and make a whole other things. But it didn't always work. Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. With the faces, it did. So hopefully this will work also, and this will do what it needs to do. I don't know. I'm excited, nervous, scared, but I think I'm more so excited. I can't wait to start working on these, and I can't wait to order some more supplies, because I don't think I have enough yellow to make them. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's do this, right? Let's make this collection. Talk to you tomorrow.